Hey, how's everybody doing? Now that July has come to a close, so has ARTFIGHT, which I participated in for the first time this year. And you're probably asking, what the hell is ARTFIGHT? Well, if you must know, ARTFIGHT is an annual art game that lasts for 1 month beginning every July. Each year, participants split into 2 themed teams in which they are assigned randomly. And with that, your team receives points based on what you create for the other team. Players quote-unquote attack people of the opposing team by making art of original characters you choose that belong to the other members. Your team receives points based on what you create for the other team with each attack. The artist that receives the attack can then counter the attack by drawing a character belonging to the person who attacked them, or pay it forward by attacking a different person on the other team. At the end of the month, the team with the greatest score wins. So for my first ever ARTFIGHT attack, I decided to draw this super cool vampire nurse character called Anne by Salty Tangerine. Her backstory goes as such. Anne is a vampire nurse who works at the Church of Night, a church dedicated to worshipping the 4 lords of hell. Now, I chose this character because I have a deep love for vampire OCs, a really big interest in religious iconography or religious-based characters, and I just love the vampiric nature of her design with the use of reds and black and white for a nice harmonious color palette, unlike someone else that likes red. And don't get me wrong, I had loads of fun drawing this character, but if the first year of ARTFIGHT has taught me anything, it's that I should stick to a simpler chibi style when it comes to sending out all the attacks I want to get to, because a month is not a lot of time. Just this drawing alone took 3 fucking days. And when I did the math of all the art I wanted to send out alongside the revenges I needed to cover, I realized I needed a different strategy. For this specific speed paint, I wanted her to have a little bit of a creepy vibe, like she was hunching forward as she's treating a patient, and that's why I included the clipboard in one hand and the other one reaching out all freaky deaky like. Frankly, I still suck ass when it comes to nicely rendered pieces, but the important part is that I'm still learning. And here's the finished drawing of Anne. My second ARTFIGHT attack is with this character named Evangeline Harris by Faceby. Now, with this character, I used the tag search to look up Red Panda original characters. I wonder why. This is a neat little feature where you can, of course, add tags that best suit your characters. I was, of course, drawn, get it, to this red panda for her deeper fur color alongside her whole cottagecore and dark academia aesthetic. As for the speed paint, I finally implemented the strategy of giving each and every one of my drawings all the effort I can, but in chibi form. With most of the speed paints you'll notice I'm changing the poses a lot, cutting up and moving certain parts of the drawing just to see what feels best. I settle with this sort of sitting yet floating kind of vibe, kind of like a Mary Poppins moment but in red panda form. The colors were really nice and gentle in my eyes while I was working with this piece. And here's Evangeline Harris. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I think I kind of ate it with this third drawing. Now this next character is named Cream, who actually belongs to Nina Lemons, who is a fellow YouTube artist. Now, a little about her, she's a shy, laid-back kind of girl, but she has quite the flirtatious side and likes to break the rules once in a while. She's a mix between a Jersey Brown Swiss and Brahman. Why am I struggling? Brahmin. Yeah, we'll go with Brahmin. Brahmin cow. She has a lot of outside hobbies such as going on picnics, foraging for flowers and mushrooms, camping and making s'mores by the fire. When not outside, she likes to bake and get cozy with a good book or video game. She likes making new friends and becomes easily attached to people she knows. Cream enjoys pretty objects, clothes, and cute stuffies. And gladly, in Cream's permissions, it allowed for her to be drawn with other people's OCs. Also, quick tip for y'all, please read everyone's character permissions. This is where you're gonna find what people are and aren't okay with you doing with their babies. In some of the first drawings I ever made for my persona Aya, I made her with this devil Halloweenish costume. And seeing as Cream has a much lighter, sweet, cutesy vibe to her, it just made sense to make a drawing with the two. I obviously got inspired by heart lockets and thought it would be a good idea to use both sides of the locket motif to place our girls in, especially with the whole point being opposing sides of the same piece with a devil and an angel. I had loads of fun with this drawing with the intricate placement of Cream spots on her body, and me forgetting Aya's damn face stripes halfway through the drawing again. To the tiny little bat wing, angel wing, and halo details surrounding them made it for a very nice composition piece. And here it is, the final piece, alongside the revenge I got in response. Now the fourth drawing was of a character by the name of Charisse Katia by Meet Q. She is 16 years old and is the daughter of the Cheshire Cat. Sort of ditzy and forgetful, often vanishes accidentally and bumps into people since they can't see her. Now I first came across this character on the front page of ARTFIGHT, probably a month before the actual event began. There's this small section below the border at the top, reading recent characters, where you can see the 8 most recent characters to get added to the site. And let me tell you, I locked in on this OC, due to it having 3 of my favorite things all in one: the color purple, cats, and Monster High. For the pose, I landed on just a simple cutesy peace sign like she's posing for a camera. I really like the long sleeve stripes on her arms with the alternating green colors, so I gave her some leggings to match them. The rest of the drawing stayed on par with the reference. And here's the finished piece, alongside the revenge I got in response. The fifth drawing I did was actually my first revenge on my friend Renegade Robots' character, Leia, after he drew my pony Sona Dicentra. She is a single mom to a troubled teen. She and her late husband adopted Flicker after Leia learned she couldn't have kids after overcoming a cancer diagnosis. Unfortunately, Flicker is a heavily traumatized kid from living the first years of his life in a very bad home. Leia is the breadwinner and Lucifer's personal secretary. She makes bank but is often stressed and taking odd calls from him. She's a bit of a workaholic, and she pushed herself into more work after her late husband died, especially as Flicker became harder for her to handle alone as he grew up. She is trying her best and penny pinching until she has enough to send him to an inpatient rehab center. Leia is generally a kind and level-headed person. She definitely also fit the office mom vibe, but was probably an unknowing office siren when she was a bit younger. So yeah, we got a MILF who is in need of some lovin'. I took some creative liberty with her hair because I wasn't going to stand for my girl to experience a receding hairline anymore. Or would it be like a receding featherline because birds and whatnot? I don't know. I had to text him for more clarification since her ref was cut off at the thighs. I needed to know more what her dogs look like. And this is what bro gave me to work with. I was a little scared, not gonna lie.
Why is it in a cage?
Because it growled at me.
And with that, here's the finished product alongside his attack towards me. Now, this was my second revenge for someone who made a fucking clay doll of my girl Aya. Like, hello? Yes, you heard that right. The second ever attack I ever got was made of clay, and oh my god, it looks super duper cool. I cannot stop geeking over it. So of course I had to get this fool whole grains back. In art form, of course. I stumbled upon their smiling fool OC and immediately got to work. Now, what stood out most to me was mostly everything, honestly. The posing was nicely done, the mask was such a unique shape with cute little bells at the ends, and the cohesive color palette too. I wasn't too familiar with hand drawing patterns like I did for their diamond shirt, and the mask was a little tricky to work with, but all is well, I persevered. Here's the finished piece with the lovely clay art too. Now, for my third revenge, it was actually an animation, and pixel art for that matter. I'm not the best animator per se, but I find I can actually crank out some pretty decent animated pixel art. Now, I don't know what came over me, but I chose to go in a blob sort of route with this shape, kind of like the Pokemon Ditto, with the looped animation of it just squishing up and down. And here's the finished animation. Look at him go! Big thanks to Hokenlord for the adorable attack and the silly little OC named Malwalls that I had the pleasure of drawing and animating. The fourth revenge I did was with a character named Grimes from the creator, Zesty Salt. I saw so much potential with her because her style is mainly both early 2000s scene and emo core. So for my drawing, I was aiming for more of a futuristic dark metro look to it with this new outfit that I designed for her. aiming to make it look like she was about to tear up an underground rave. Also, what really made me feel welcome to draw this revenge back was the line in their bio reading, "Beginner artists are welcome, you deserve love, attack me and I'll throw you art." Mostly because there was a lot of discourse throughout this year's art fight with people, mainly on TikTok and Insta, acting viciously and mean as hell to beginner artists. Granted, I am not a beginner artist by any means, but I have seen over the years how nasty the art community has become. It was nice to see someone push back against that mindset and offer grace to newcomers. Anyway, here's the finished revenge with the attack by Zesty Salt of my girl. The fifth revenge was against King Tree MC of their character Cadence Heller. Now, I haven't mentioned this yet, but all attacks that I've gotten so far, except for Renegade Robots', was completely out of nowhere. I didn't expect people to actually attack me of their own accord. Shit, I didn't even think they would find me, to be honest. So when I came upon this attack out of nowhere, I knew I had to get them back. I, of course, chose the sexy vampire OC. I wasn't the most confident in this pose in the beginning, but as the clothes started to come on, it all really came together. I wanted to add a little bit of flair to his outfit, so I gave him one of those male corset vests, and I had the ends of his pants swoosh out, just to give him some of that classic goth vampiric edge. And here's the drawing alongside with the original attack. And for my final revenge, I drew this adorable pony named Aloe Vera by Peaches Caffeine. And I'm gonna be real, I haven't drawn a pony in so long, it's practically criminal. Now, I think it's safe to say that I'm pretty rusty when it comes to drawing ponies. Like, the last time I think I drew them consistently was traditionally. So I played it safe with just having her lay down looking adorable. My favorite part was definitely drawing her mane and tail because I definitely went overboard with exaggeration, especially with her hair. And here's the finished piece. And now here's both of our drawings side by side. She drew my buff shark girl Matani and just, I'm so in love with it. I love the redesign of her outfit and it feels a lot more fitting to her character honestly than what I had originally. And now to wrap it up with my last art fight attack. This character's name is Theo from the owner Sheep Shiba. I was originally shown this character by my friend Renegade Robots. He apparently saw a post on TikTok of a recent attack he did, and saw how good of an artist he was. He saw how little in attacks he got despite being like a really good artist, so he recommended I attack him, and so I did. Theo is one of 3 Shiba Inu aspects of my persona, the happy, quirky soul of the bunch. He's full of energy, always hyped, soft-hearted, and endlessly supportive. Like a walking serotonin boost in dog form. I chose the Shiba OC cause how can you not? I decided to go with a more skimpy, cheeky idea after getting a pickle in the face from the reference photo. It was a little difficult because in true artist fashion, drawing men is hard, and they're even harder when they're layered with muscles. But I think I winged it with this one. A nice balance of cuteness in the face and a tasteful amount of ass to go together. And here's the finished product. Alongside this very quick revenge back, I am so sorry. I only gave you 2 days to finish yours, by the way. I'm so sorry. And now that Art Fight has come to a close, I can now give my thoughts for my first year of participating in Art Fight. The short of it was so much fucking fun. What was even more exhilarating was the fact that this was the first art fight where the amount of people belonging to each team was exactly the same. The ratio literally stayed around 50-50 the entire month. I also want to say again that I love and appreciate all the attacks I received. It was never a dull moment and always gave me a rush of joy whenever I got a new attack notification. Now, do I wish it was more than a month because it felt like it flew by so fast? Yeah. Honestly, a month feels like a very tight deadline, especially if you're out of commission for even just a couple of days due to sickness or other responsibilities popping up out of nowhere. It's all precious time being lost. I know this because I'm literally in the process of moving and I have to travel in literally just a couple of days and get this video out before then. Nonetheless, I will definitely be participating in next year's Art Fight. If any of you are also doing Art Fight in 2026, I can't wait to see you out there, and post your Art Fight username in the comments section. Do it! No one's stopping you. The world is your oyster. If you want to look into anyone mentioned in this video, their Art Fight profile will be linked in the description of this video. Anyways, have a nice day and stay safe.